Hey guys, so I asked Thomas if I could jump in on the James wagon because the book of James is one of my favorite books in the Bible. And so I'm going to pick up where he left off in James 3, and we're going to talk about taming the tongue. But before I do, I just want you to think about this question. Think about a time when your words got you in trouble. As I think about that question, I think about when I was a younger man in high school. I remember my mom was getting on to me about something, and I kind of shot back at her, and we went back and forth, and I just kept saying, like, why are you making me do this? Why are you making me do this? And finally she just got exasperated and she said, because I said so. Now, I hated being told that. So I looked right back at her and I said, you're just saying that because you know I'm right. Needless to say, that didn't go very well for me. But I know how difficult it can be to control my tongue, right? James 3, verse 1, he says, not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For we all stumble in many ways. And if anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, able also to bridle his whole body. If we put bits into the mouths of horses so that they obey us, we guide their whole bodies as well. Look at the ships also. Though they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire. And the tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness. The tongue is set among our members, staining the whole body, setting on fire the entire course of life, and set on fire by hell. We could go on from James 3, but there's really one thing I want to hone in on. Now, James gives us that picture that our tongue, our speech, our words, though a small part of our body, has so much power. For some of us, we've felt the destruction that someone else's speech could wreak in our lives. But the reality is, when we're honest with ourselves, we know that our tongue has a lot of power over us. And so for a lot of you, you're stuck in your house with the same few people every day. And maybe you're already beginning to feel the destructive power that your speech, your words can have. So what I want you to think about is, how might your tongue be drawn to starting fires? And what does that look like in your life? When I think about my life, the times where my speech has been most likely to start fires have been when I feel as if I'm being criticized. When I feel defensive, I have a tendency to kind of shoot back and wound with my speech. And so I know in those areas of my life, I have to watch out for it. And when I mess up, seek forgiveness from the Lord and seek forgiveness from the person I've wounded. And so if that's you, if maybe you're thinking like, man, since this whole quarantine thing started, I've really been struggling with my speech, with my family, and with my loved ones. I want to challenge you to evaluate your life. And if there's someone you need to seek forgiveness from, do it. Because when we are forgiven, we are free. Whether that's by Jesus or whether that's by the people in our lives. Hey, I'm praying for you guys. I hope you have a great day.